Charles Leclerc didn't need to shout. Just two calm radio messages were enough to shake up Ferrari's entire race strategy in Spain. Behind that quiet voice was a sharp message: do something now, or we waste everything. As Leclerc pushed forward, Lewis Hamilton slipped backward. Feeling helpless in a car he said felt worse than ever before. The result? A podium for one and a crisis for the other. But what made this race so explosive wasn't just what we saw. It was what F1 never showed on TV. Let's uncover the tension, team orders, and turning point inside Ferrari. Charles Leclerc came into the Spanish Grand Prix ready to make a statement. He had taken a hit in qualifying, doing only one run in Q3 to save tires for the race. It was a risky call, but a smart one. He trusted that strategy, not just raw speed, would win the day. But early in the race, that plan started to fall apart. Not because of rivals, but because of his own teammate. Lewis Hamilton, who had finally outqualified Leclerc for just the second time this season, was now holding him up. Staying calm, on lap 7, Leclerc radioed the team saying they were losing time. It wasn't a complaint. It was a quiet push. By lap 9, he made it clear: I sacrificed my quali to be fast in the race. It's not to then slow us down in the race. The meaning was clear. Move him, or we're wasting this strategy. One lap later, Ferrari acted. Team orders were issued and Hamilton was told to let Leclerc through. The move was clean and calm. No drama, no fighting. Just a lift of the throttle and a pass into turn 1. From that moment, Leclerc's race took off. But for Hamilton, it was the start of a painful slide, and one of his most difficult Sundays in red. With Hamilton behind him, Leclerc finally had space to push. He made the most of it. His lap times dropped, his confidence rose, and the car seemed to come alive under him. He picked off competitors one by one, keeping his pace steady and his strategy clean. By the end of the race, Leclerc was up to third, his third podium of the season. But it wasn't just about points. This was political. He had made a demand, the team had followed it, and he delivered results. That kind of performance builds trust. Leclerc didn't need to say much after the race. His actions on track did all the talking. He was calm, focused, and sharp the entire time. For a team that's often been criticized for poor communication and unclear priorities, this was a rare weekend of clarity. Leclerc looked like a leader, someone the team could count on to make bold calls and back them up. In post-race interviews, the mood around him was light, confident, and optimistic. Ferrari looked proud. And as the garage celebrated his podium, Hamilton was quietly dealing with a very different story, one full of confusion, frustration, and doubt. For Lewis Hamilton, everything started fine. He qualified in a good spot to fight for solid points. But once the race began, nothing felt right. The car didn't respond the way it should. It lacked grip, balance, and pace. He slipped from position to position and never looked comfortable. By the halfway mark, he had already fallen behind Alonso. Later, he would only hold on to 7th place, thanks to a penalty given to Max Verstappen. After the checkered flag, Hamilton's voice came through on the radio. Quiet, but clearly upset. Unbelievable, guys. There's something wrong with this car. It's the worst it's ever been. That's not something you hear from a 7-time world champion, unless things are really bad. In his media interviews afterward, he doubled down. I've got nothing to say. It was terrible. There's no point explaining it. I'm sure they won't find anything. It's probably just me. That last sentence hit hard. Hamilton rarely doubts himself out loud, but on this day he didn't sound like a frustrated driver. He sounded lost. And when someone with his experience and success begins to question his own performance, it sets off alarms far beyond the paddock. Barcelona didn't just show us what happened on the track. It showed what's starting to happen inside Ferrari. One driver made demands, got support, and delivered. The other followed team orders, struggled with the car, and ended up far behind. This isn't just about setup issues or tire wear. It's about momentum. Leclerc has been gaining it all season, and now It looks like Ferrari is quietly shifting their focus toward him. When team orders came through for Hamilton to let Leclerc by, there was no hesitation, no second guessing, just a quick call and a clean move. That says something. Ferrari has made painful decisions in the past about driver roles, and they've often delayed those calls too long. But this year, the trend is clear. Leclerc is fast, and he's increasingly taking charge of his races. The leadership inside the team seems to be following his lead. Meanwhile, Hamilton is still trying to find his footing in a car that doesn't feel like his.